died in that car crash he had several years ago, because him staying alive was only another free pass to screw a lot of people. And where is he? How come he's not going to jail? Every one of us gets busted until we're proven innocent. We're guilty. Hey, take a ride, have one drink too many. You know, one little major decimal point over the drinking limit. Man, some goon, slaps handcuffs on you and throws you in the slammer. Look at these people, these protest people, spraying grannies with pepper spray. Where are all you tough cops, huh? Where are you? What are you, afraid of Corzine? That's what it is.
They're out beating up hippies right now because that's the real problem. People speaking up and saying that, they may not know all the answers, but they know they're not happy right now. And they know that this country used to be great and that it stood for something. And now we're left with being nickeled and dimed by the state for every little thing under the sun. And, in your case, you're getting hundreds of thousands of dollars stolen right out under your nose when it's supposed to be guaranteed.
That's right. Right here it says it.
Yeah,
play that tape over and over and over. Everybody should take that tape and play it viral. Send it. I'll get Duffy's email and send it to you so everybody could send it to him.
Exactly.
This is what's going on. And, here's something else. The only time in the scriptures that when Jesus lost his temper was when he threw the money changers out of the temple.
He beat him with a cane.
That's right. Boy, I'd like to beat this guy with a cane.
A little Singapore justice.
That's right.
Well, Gerald, we appreciate you giving us the heads up on this and doing the research because, it's people like us that are going to change this thing and at least, shine some lights on these roaches. So we appreciate you very much, and we hope this works out. We hope you get your money back. Please keep us informed. And you can catch up with Gerald at the trendsresearch.com? Or trendsjournal.com.
Or trendsjournal.com.
There you go. Thank you very much, Gerald. You take care.
Thank you, Rob.
Wow. So there you go. You have to do your own investigation and find the evidence against the creeps. And that's just another example of what we go through here. Just want to remind everybody before we go to break, if you're not a member of PrisonPlanet.tv, if you're watching this on YouTube, please consider doing a subscription. It's right now we have two great specials running. The first one's the Patriot deal for a yearly subscription. It's only $39.95, and we also have the Infowarrior deal, which it includes the Alex Everything special, which is every documentary Alex has made. It's included with a free year of PrisonPlanet.tv, and that's only $129.95. So you could have 18 presents right there, plus a full year subscription that you can share with up to 6 people. So if you're not a member of Prison Planet TV, please consider supporting us so we can keep giving you the news that the mainstream media is not going to report on, that they don't want to report on. Because right now, if they were to cover this MF Global scandal, they'd be reporting on their friends and buddies and the people that back them. So you're not going to see them really do any hard-hitting investigation on this. You're going to see people here, you're going to see people like Gerald Celente, you see Alex Jones, Webster Tarpley. We're bringing the real news. Webster Tarpley's on the ground in Syria right now. Nobody's reporting on it. We've reported on it. So please consider becoming a member. And we're going to be coming back with Andrew Kautz from Digital Trends. And we're going to cover a little bit on Henry Kissinger, Herman Cain, and all the rest of these demons out there. It's Infowars Nightly News.
If you believe in this information and want to support its viral spread, go to the Infowars store at Infowars.com. We've got the new G.I. Joe Infowars t-shirts. We've got the incredible Pro Pure gravity-fed filters available at Infowars.com in the store. We've got a new DVD, Scientists Under Attack, the Don't Tread on Me flag. We've got all sorts of different bumper stickers to help spread the rebellion virally. It's all there, wristbands, citizen rule books in every order. Order online at Infowars.com today. The water filters, the canteens, it's all there. Infowars.com.
And we're back. It's Infowars Nightly News. I'm your host, Rob Dew, sitting in. Alex is out in the Southwest, kind of reminiscing on his trip that he made a long time ago, many years ago, when he made America Destroyed by Design. So we're going to have lots of great reports coming from Alex throughout the days. Aaron Dykes will be hosting tomorrow. And then we have Mike Adams on Monday. and Paul Joseph Watson will be sitting in from across the pond. He'll be going Tuesday, and then Aaron again back Wednesday, and then we'll have Alex. So we got a lot more left of the show. We got a writer for Digital Trends, Andrew Kautz, coming up next. But let's get into a few more stories first. Well, we got the big man, Herman Cain, the godfather of pizza. And he reportedly met with war criminal globalist Henry Kissinger. And there's a quote here. Dr. Kissinger turned down my offer to be Secretary of State, Cain told the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel in an interview. He's perfectly happy doing what he's doing, which is probably, well, I don't know. There's a paper in Rome when back in the day when Kissinger was coming to visit. It said, lock up your children. That comes from Bob Chapman said that in an interview with Alex Jones. So we do know that Kissinger is involved with a few things. In fact, he's wanted. He's a wanted man. Oh, man, it is an act of insanity and national humiliation to have a law prohibiting the president from ordering assassination. He's quoted as saying, geez, this guy is a total lunatic. He's masterminded the killing of over 600,000 people in Cambodia. He helped Suharto invade East Timor. And what else did he do? Oh, and then he helped engineer and protect the Pinochet coup and regime of torture and murder. So here you have Herman Cain, guy running for president, who's courting a mass murderer, a man who engineered the killing of many human beings. And it makes me sick. And that's probably why Cain's fallen down in the polls, because people are starting to smell a big rat cooking in that pizza oven.
How would you define winning in Afghanistan right now as you're looking at it as a candidate?
My point is the experts and their advice and their input would be the basis for me making that decision.
And nasty stuff. Let's move on to body scanner news. TSA backtracks on body scanner radiation study promise. Apparently John Pistol was going around telling people, yeah, we're going to do more studies. We know, but now he's kind of backing off. He has a quote here in a Senate hearing earlier this week. It is my strong belief is those machines are still completely safe. If the determination is that the IG study is not sufficient, then I will look at still yet another additional study. He also said to CNN, there are those who continue to express concerns, so I want to do everything that I can to reassure those people that those machines are safe as possible. Well, now it turns out, well, you know, maybe we're not going to do those studies that we were talking about. And why? Why doesn't he want to do those studies? Well, back earlier in the summer, cancer surges in body scanner operators. TSA launches cover-up. And you can see the little picture there of the sheep going through the body scanner, and there's the little TSA minion standing right next to it. And TG Daily is who we sourced in that article, and they have a couple quotes here. They got some quotes from the Freedom of Information Request, and it was Epic who actually found this stuff out. The Electronic Privacy Information Center says the TSA staff have been concerned that a large number of workers have been falling victim to cancer, strokes, and heart attacks. But the documents show that TSA's response was simply to tell them, because TSA systems comply with federal regulations, the increased risk of developing radiation-induced cancer in later life is extremely small, no greater than other risks that people routinely accept in their daily lives. They also went on to say, this is just getting crazier and crazier. One set of documents reveals that even after TSA employees identified cancer clusters possibly linked to radiation exposure, the agency failed to issue employees dosimeters, safety devices that could assess the level of radiation exposure. Another document indicates that DHS mischaracterized the findings of NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology, stating that NIST had affirmed the safety of the body scanners. And NIST came out later and said, no, actually, we didn't do that. But we also have another study conducted by a Dr. David Brenner, head of Columbia University's Center of Radiological Research, found that the body scanners are likely to lead to an increase in a common type of skin cancer called basal cell carcinoma, which affects the head and neck. Following the study, Brenner urged medical authorities to look at his work, pointing to the dangerous notion of mass scanning millions of people without proper oversight. So who is David Brenner? Who is he? Well, He's head of research at the Center for Radiological Research at Columbia University. David Brenner focuses on developing mechanistic models for the effects of ionizing radiation on living systems. This man knows what he's talking about, okay? Compared to who tells you that these things are perfectly safe? Oh, there she is right there, destroying people's freedom of speech and freedom of peaceful assembly. It's Janet Napolitano. She's telling you these things are safe. So who do you believe? You believe a doctor of radiological research, or do you believe that creature right there looking at your screen? It's totally disgusting that we have creatures like that running around telling people what they need to do and how they need to do it. And, oh, please, can we put our hand down your pants? In other news, Internet Titans fight SOPA with a full-page New York Times ad. It appears, well, NSA fronts like Google and Facebook and Yahoo, well, maybe not Yahoo, but all these other big giants got together and they want to stop the Stop Online Piracy Act, or SOPA as it's known, which will require companies and internet service providers to become policemen like the Google police and block access to any website that the entertainment industry believes engages in, enables, or facilitates copyright infringement. And with more on this breaking news of the big giants of the internet actually going against this Stop Online Piracy Act, or SOPA, we invite Andrew Kautz to the show. He's a writer for Digital Trends who broke this story actually today, or at least that's what we linked to. And he's been writing for Digital Trends for a few years now. Digital Trends is a website that covers consumer electronics. They go into the legal, political spectrums a little bit when it applies. And we'd like to invite him here. Hey, Andrew, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. So tell us about SOPA.
Well, SOPA is a bipartisan, it's a bill that's currently under consideration in Congress. It has bipartisan support, and essentially it gives the entertainment industry the ability to flag websites that they believe are basically violating their copyright in some way or another. And then it requires websites like Google to shut down those access to those websites. So it's internet censorship bill is what it's being referred to colloquially. So that's more or less what it does.
And so why do we have the big giants here coming and putting a full-page ad in the New York Times saying they don't agree with this? Why do you think they're up in arms about this?
Well, I'd only be speculating if I said their exact motivation, but I think it puts a lot of pressure on them to enforce this law. So they're the ones who are going to be turning off websites, essentially, not specifically pulling the plug, physically, but they're going to be blocking access to them, and they're going to be required to do so through their services. So you wouldn't be able to find a particular website that someone finds infringing on copyrights through Google, for instance, and Google would be responsible for blocking that through its search engine. So it puts a lot of responsibility on these big tech companies and internet service providers. So I think that they're against it mainly just because of the responsibility that puts on them, even though they're not responsible necessarily for putting this content online. Right.
It turns them into the policeman instead of what their job is, which is to provide internet service.
Exactly.
And does this have any infringements going worldwide, internationally? Like I know Sweden is a haven for some of these, quote, pirate websites, piracy websites. What are the implications worldwide?
Well, the bill specifically targets foreign rogue sites, quote unquote rogue sites. So you're going to have a lot of international sites being shut down or blocked because of this. So that's one way. I know that the European Commission, EU Commission, is investigating it now, and they are specifically against SOPA because of some of the pressures it's going to put on the EU, based on the Americans enacting this law. So I don't know the details of their support or how they're against it exactly, but I do know that there has been some pushback against it in the EU.
Okay. Well, it doesn't look very good. What do you think the chances are of this bill getting passed, and who wrote this piece of legislation, this loving piece of legislation?
I don't know the specific author of it. I know that there are, I believe, 15 Republicans and 10 Democrats who are supporting this bill. So it has pretty